After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War. Now, in the year 1973, the world still lies in the heart of this frigid period. The West and East engage in proxy wars to assert dominance, while spies and agents engage in shadowy dealings. And, with the threat of nuclear war, the world always feels close to doomsday. It's as if the whole world is holding their breath, waiting for someone to make the first wrong move.
Hello. Welcome back to Good Trouble. It's me, Tammany.
And it's
the rest.
And it's us, the rest. This is session 5 now? Is that correct?
It is.
I think
5
so.
with no hiatus.
No hiatus.
This is unheard of.
I know. At this rate, we might actually finish the campaign in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, next session is last session, guys.
No! We need to go way longer. I have too much backstory and bullshit to reveal. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
One thing of note, we're not going to be embarrassing about it, but today is Jack's birthday. It will not be anymore by the time this video's out, but if you want to say happy birthday in the comments. But if you want to say happy birthday to him in the comments, you should.
I'm not going to post that. Don't be silly.
Yeah, my child will comment happy birthday on the video. All right, but enough of that. Would you like to set the scene for us?
Absolutely. Well, Darnell, as is your role in this world, why don't you tell us what happened last time?
Why is that my role in this world?
Because I've decided it.
Always Darnell's.
Alright, so last time we arrived at the oil rig, and there was a bit of a party going on, so we were kind of waiting around to be fetched, and me and Bats, well, mostly Chelsea, Bats kind of did unwillingly beat up this dude while we were waiting, and then we were retrieved by a young Persevius Grease, who you guys may remember from Havoc Moon, and he was also in part 1 of our campaign. And he's like the guy who's like rates your fanciness level, or your style. And he brought us up the oil rig, and he's like, if you want to meet the angler, you have to pass 3 tests, so each of you have to pick a test to do. And when you complete all 3, he'll speak to you. The first test is me. You have to give your backstory. So, Dante went up and he talked about, like, you know, his life in the mob and growing up and how his family came in as Italian immigrants and whatnot, and he got a high enough fanciness rating that we went to the next part. So then Chelsea fought...
Objectively fancy.
Yeah. It was like rating 374, I believe.
I still don't know if that's good or not.
It's alright.
Anything like positive is good, I imagine.
Yeah, from what I understand.
Because it's possible to go negative.
Chelsea. Test 2 was against the Derby. Chelsea had to gamble with him. Things got pretty dicey, but she ended up just killing him after he betted his life because she was like, well, there's no point in doing the game anymore. And then lastly, Bats went up against, I cannot for the life of me remember her name or her stand's name, but it was like this ball thing that like made the air have the property of water, and he gained the ability to make his balls like explode on contact, and we defeated her.
Oh my god. That was a adult-rated video.
And then we finally met with the angler, and he was like, I'll tell you of this information you want and where I got it, but you have to get me out of here because we're under imminent attack. And then Bats also promised
him,
to get...
like $1 million as well.
Yeah, the money to get him out and to get Luftballons user, and we were like, well, if you want that, you have to give us something. He's like, I'll give you the information as well as where I got it. We were like, deal. So Jack, or rather Dante, who had recorded a helicopter earlier, projected that. We all went in and tried to flow off, and then we saw a stealth bomber, but we don't know what a stealth bomber is overhead, and then that's where the session ended.
You see it? Yeah, so it's, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yes, as you are taking off in your replica of a helicopter, you've seen this strange, sleek plane fly overhead, zoom right overhead, and go off into the distance before it's turning around and now heading back towards you guys. As it is approaching, you do see that there is something strange about it. Beyond the actual shape of it, there seems to be a figure standing atop this plane as it's lowering itself to like get level with you on its way back in.
And this looks like a vehicle, right? Not like a stand in a standy way.
Vehicle. But there's a guy standing on top of it. It seems a man in full tactical gear with a gas mask, his legs planted apart, his arms crossed, as he rapidly approaches your position.
Have you guys ever seen a plane like that before?
Looks like a goddamn UFO.
That's what I'm saying. This is bad news. It must be the work of a stand or something. What do we do, driver?
Only thing I can do is keep flying.
Yeah, and if you're flying, I'm assuming your stand can't do much else, right?
Unfortunately, it's taking up all of my projector space in order to project this helicopter, so I'm going to need you two to deal with it.
That's fine.
Bear in mind that the plane is not your only pursuer. There are several other helicopters, like let's say 3 others.
I was about to say Chelsea would go up on the roof to meet him, but then I remembered this is a helicopter and she would be cut in half immediately.
She stands on the helicopter blades and just like flings around.
I guess she opens the door of the helicopter and like grabs the bar inside and like leans her body out, slipping off the headset on the ear that's out the door, and she goes, can we help you?
So as the
I don't
plane,
think they can hear you.
almost like it's jousting you here, as the plane passes by, the man on top leaps off the plane and with like uncanny agility, like physics-defying shit, seizes hold of the door opposite you and like lands halfway inside the helicopter.
Wait, so he's in our helicopter?
He just jumps into the helicopter, yeah.
Okay, good talk. Who are you?
He silently is just sort of looking around, like inside the helicopter. At your faces specifically. Where is Vasilii Teng? I was told he'd be here.
Who?
Sorry, he's on a different mission.
Wait, that's Regent's name?
Fine. Suppose I'll get rid of you instead. And as he says that, his stando power flares up behind him, and a humanoid entity appears. It's very similar in appearance to him in sort of a tactical sort of gear sort of way, except it's more, rather than a human figure, it's like many electrical cables almost wrapped around into a humanoid shape, with a pair of glowing green night vision goggles for eyes, like an armoured vest. Into dust.
Uh-oh.
And as it sort of comes out fully, like 6 of those electrical cables burst out from its back like tentacles, sort of waving through the air.
Slugger, got any opinions here?
I'm still thinking, and I'm trying to obscure the angler with my body into a corner.
Nice. Good call. Well, we do have one emergency exit plan, which is that at any time you could turn all 4 of us into balls and we could just plunge into the ocean.
Right. But then we'll just be balls in the ocean.
Would it be scattered by jumping out of a helicopter as well?
I think...
Well, he can control it.
Oh, right, yeah. But wouldn't they then still be like distant enough to like get them back all together?
I'm going to put a hand up in the sky, and I'm going to be like, listen, if you kill us, this helicopter we've got here is going to go down too. So why don't you tell us what you really want, and maybe we can work something out where all of us are happy.
I doubt that's possible. My mission is to assassinate the angler. Is that compatible with your mission?
As a matter of fact, you know, I heard that the angler was on one of those planes back there.
He just continues looking at you. He does not answer that.
Oh, fuck it. And I pull out my gun and I try to shoot him.
Right, okay, so we're going to begin combat there. So, driver, you participating in this, or are you concentrating on like the driving here?
Yeah, I cannot participate in this combat.
Okay, what we'll do is Bats and Chelsea will be in the normal combat, and like once each round we'll have like a driving event for you here in the chase.
Okay.
Nice. That's fun.
So Bats and Chelsea, decide among yourself who's going first here.
Do you care if I take first strike, Dune?
You whipped the pistol. You got it.
Thanks, babe.
So you pistol whipping him? I thought I'm not shooting him.
No, I'm shooting him.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Oh, you got it. Nice. Alright, in that case, yeah, point blank, as I say, I pull out my pistol and I try to fire one directly in his chest.
Okay, into dust. Lunges out with its hand at the same time. It's trying to do a star platinum and catch the bullet, it seems.
Alright. What should I roll? Snipe? Or is this, since it's close
I'd say
range, is it
strike.
more like strike? Okay.
I'd say strike from this range, yeah.
Precision power, 86.
No, durability precision for this man.
All right, that's goddamn Chelsea. That is 6 live dice for me. Get
1, 2,
owned.
3. Yeah. You strike him in the chest with it, with the your bullets. He goes flying backwards and out of the helicopter. It seems for the time being. So you don't actually. You seem like go like from the wind, like be whipped out of sight, basically.
Problem solved, guys.
Is his stand still here?
I went with him.
Oh, okay. Well, that was easier than I expected.
Yeah, every time I pull my gun out and shoot people, it just seems to work out for me.
You hear some strange sounds.
He's not gone, you idiots.
You can hear the sound of something climbing around on the outside of the helicopter.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm going to poke my head out of the door itself.
You can see the gentleman as if he were. I don't know if Spider-Man existed yet. I think it did. As if it were Spider-Man
He did,
climbing
yeah.
around outside, like sticky palms. You can see it's got like all of a sudden. You can swear he didn't have these before, like webbed hands and toes as well.
Is he stand out or is he
It
retracted?
is out. It is out, and it seems like one of those electrical cables I mentioned that as a tentacle is like embedded in his back right now.
Okay.
And as the guy like notices you looking at him, he lets go with his hands and just sort of like the deer walking up the wall. He's just sort of standing normally on the side of the helicopter.
So I did Google something. If he stays outside the helicopter, that might be relevant. Nudge, nudge, Jack.
What was that?
In the Rolls channel, I did look something up in case he stays on the helicopter.
You might want to shut the door for this.
Yeah, I do so. But that, I think it's his turn unless that was his own turn.
So yeah, he does not attack you, it seems, here. Instead, 2 of those tentacles he's got stab right into the side of the helicopter here. So basically, it seems like he's attacking basically Driver in this case, because this is a projection of his stand right now. Mm-hmm. Although the form that cannot take you is taking you do not really understand right now. So, what he's rolling here is basically overkill. It would be.
Does Driver need to roll anything, or is this just like against a DC?
Well, he's rolling against Driver here, basically. So, what you're trying to do is sort of maintain the stability of your projection, I imagine. In this case, the helicopter.
Yeah.
So, if you have a specific way you would like to do that, by all means.
Let me open up Driver's sheet. I feel like precision would definitely be part of it.
We've got a couple of them. We've got Expel, I guess. Should I expel the influence of this?
Can I try Pluck and Precision? Like, try and hold it together with Willpower?
That's usually snipe, but sure, in this case, that works as well.
What'd you say?
Usually that's snipe, but in that case, this also works for that. But yeah, Pluck and Precision will work.
That's
3,
bad.
4.
It's a 4 live dice versus 4 live dice. So I think that means the defender wins.
Okay, so you can feel like some kind of influence trying to affect your projection. If this is a normal helicopter, you can understand it would not be able to resist this. But as is like a part of your stand, you're able to sort of just barely hold it off there. So whatever he did,
I'm just like purging it from my. I'm able to like purge it from my projection
as fast as it's been put in there. Yeah. Which goes to Bat's turn now.
I think he's trying to corrupt my recording somehow.
Wait, he can do that? I looked to Slugger.
I'm not sure.
That's
sorry, I think I forgot to. It's 1 action per turn, right? It's not 2.
Yeah.
That was overarms.
Yeah, it's 1 action per turn, and you get turns based on whichever side has more people. So if there's more enemies,
it's just like I got a bit overarms in my brain then.
No, you're good.
It's Bats now.
Slugger, your move.
Yes. Is there some sort of compartment in this helicopter? Maybe like a back room. Like, is it just the body of the helicopter and then the pilot's area, or is there something like going further back, like a cargo hold or something?
Let's say there's a cargo hold there. Yeah, I want to let you cook.
Okay. I'm going to shove the angler in that area.
Okay, to keep him safe.
Yeah, because I just don't want him out in the open. And I'm going to turn to Chelsea. Keep an eye on him. I got an idea.
What? Oh, okay, care to clue me in?
No.
No. I'm going to open the helicopter door and attempt to take hold of the what is it called? The grip on the outside.
I know what you're
yeah.
talking about, like the bar before you leave the door.
Right. And I'm going to attempt to launch a ball into the blade of the helicopter but with enough precision to knock trajectory towards where this man is holding on to it.
Oh, so it like tips him off?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm hoping to use my stand's precision to hit the blade at the exact right moment and then bounce it forward with enough velocity that it becomes like a very deadly bullet.
Okay, so it's precision and wit, and I'll give you advantage because that's fucking rad.
That is rad.
Gotcha. Meanwhile, he's going to try and he seems like he anticipates the movie. He's going to try and aura it out of the air, basically. Which is his power and speed for his part of things.
All right, 4 live dice. Oh, no, 6 because you have advantage. Nice. Forget about it.
Right, yeah. So, you manage to strike him with this. Again, he goes flying off the helicopter, this time for realsies, though. As you can see, his gas mask is cracked slightly, the lens of it from the impact. He goes flying off, falls down towards the ocean. As you see that happening, though, 2 more of those connectors, like cables, plug into his back, like stabbing into him from his stand. And you see his whole body changes bizarrely. Like in the Bizarre Adventure. So his hands sort of lengthen and get thinner at the same time as does the rest of his bones. He's becoming like smaller and longer and thinner, I would say. And as you're sort of corroborating that, the web from between his fingers disappears and is replaced by leathery wings like under his arms that he flaps, and with like a vent of smoke from his back launches himself into the air where he is flying like the bird.
And we see all this happening, like how he keeps plugging things into himself.
Very quick, yeah.
Okay.
So his stand is attached, like, on his back right now, like, plugged into him?
Yeah, it plugs into things, it seems, to affect them.
Gotcha.
God damn it! Why didn't this plane have why didn't this helicopter have a Gatling gun or something attached to it?
Speaking of that, driver, as you are sort of weaving through the any obstacles that present itself, you see that plane is coming round another time to basically come at you directly. It seems that now, as it's doing so, it looks different from the first time you saw it. It's like almost like half that weird sort of UFA plane and half a normal propeller plane with like normal machine guns on it.
Oh,
and it's firing at you. Basically, is the long and short.
It seems like he can upgrade.
Can I try to like weave out of the way, but like as it's flying by, try and like cut it in half with the helicopter rotors?
How confident are you in the strength of a helicopter rotor?
I guess the logic would be he could harden his own projection, but it would definitely be a gamble.
I'm just trying to do some Metal Gear Rising shit. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So you're trying to cut a fucking plane with the helicopter blades?
If it doesn't work, I can just project the helicopter again as we're falling towards the water.
So it seems
right.
It seems to me like his cables like change or upgrade things, and he must have used it on that plane before, but now that he's used so many on himself, it's like undoing the plane.
Yeah, it seems like it. At the very least, if I can damage one of the wings, a plane, like, if a plane's wing is even slightly damaged, that can fuck up the entire thing.
Here is the deal. If you want to try cut this plane in half, but with your strengthened stand, let's say, it will be a... Let's see. If you have any suggestions here, you're free to give them.
I would guess.
I'm thinking maybe withstand or...
I think it would be...
Durability?
No, I think it would actually be a neutralize, power and reason.
Okay.
Really?
Because he's trying to neutralize a wing of a plane, yeah?
That's
Alternatively,
I think
okay,
withstand would be it.
You could do you could do break too, body and power.
I mean, well, the thing is, you don't want the main thing is not wanting your thing to break here.
Okay.
So as withstand, look and durability, I would say here, and because this is a fucking bizarro thing, it is a DC of 5. I'm gonna have to say.
I feel like I should get an advantage though because it's fucking awesome.
Okay. Because it's your birthday.
I would say if you have the luck to spend, you should definitely spend some, because if you spend 2 luck before you roll, you can give yourself another advantage.
Yeah, so remember how I told you I didn't give myself luck because I wanted to force myself to make fun plans to get that luck?
Oh, yeah! No!
Please roll, if you want.
Yes. Oh, God. Well, you have 1 advantage at least.
2, 3.
That's 4.
Yeah, 4. Unfortunately, is a DC of 5. So, from everyone else's perspective, this is what happens. You've just sort of sent this to watch this man turn into a bird. You're thinking, damn it, he's going to get to our helicopter. What can we do? Of course, this is sort of you assume that the helicopter will continue existing. From your perspective, what happens is the helicopter on you shatters like glass, and for a moment, in a Looney Tunes-esque way, you're all standing over the open air. After which you all plummet like rocks towards the waiting oceans and the coast of Lee here. So if you're unlucky, you could land on solid ground in this case.
That goes.
But we did avoid the bullets.
You did avoid the bullets.
Nice.
I'd say that's a mission success then.
All right. Does that bring it back to
The
my
helicopter
turn?
managed to dodge the bullets by ceasing to exist. Yeah, so it's Chelsea's turn now. You're falling to your doom.
So Chelsea sees that all 3 of them and the angler, oh god, oh fuck, are falling.
The angler's also falling to his doom, yeah. He's screaming.
So if you recall, she killed the Darby and put all his bones and shit in her body. So she holds out...
Are you making a bone parachute?
You'll see. So she holds out a leg and 2 arms, and these like thin lines of fused bone reach out and sort of try and stab into the back of her friends' like shirts or jackets, and then curve up to hold them. And then out from her, you see wisps of his hair like tied into tight wires. At the end, there's like melded like flesh that opens into a flesh parachute as she tries to land them all, but it's probably going to be a tight fit.
I think you should focus on. I think you should focus on rescuing yourself and the angler, because bats can fly and I can project the helicopter again.
Okay. In that case, what I'll do...
I can fly?
You can turn yourself into balls and float around.
Oh, that's right.
In that case, I'm going to do something a little risky, but what I find personally funny. So a bunch of this dude's hair stretches and reaches out and like whips around the angler's leg to catch him. And then, like Mario in Super Mario 64 with Bowser, I try to swing him into the enemy.
Okay, you're free to do so.
That's what I've chosen.
Well, sure, this is your rodeo.
It's my rodeo. I'm catching him. They told me to wait for the parachute. I'll wait. I'm going to use him as a weapon to knock this other guy away from us.
Nothing on what you roll for this maneuver.
I would...
I think you would roll body, at least.
Perhaps this would be a parry, because I'm parrying him away from us? I don't know.
With a guide?
I don't know.
I mean, why not?
Sure,
yeah.
Go for it. What's durability? And it seems he's trying to catch the guy as you throw into him as well, so he's going to go for power and durability.
Alright. And as I swing it, I'm like, you want the angler? Then have him! And I fucking knock him into the dude. But I'm still keeping a hold of the angler. Any advantages, Smile?
No.
Okay.
You get one.
I don't want to encourage this sort of behavior.
Bad roll. 3 live dice from me. Oh, he rolled worse. I'm good.
You're a lucky son of a bitch.
This is an overpose, actually.
Not in combat.
Yeah, but in combat, this would be a +3 hit. So it's just like how bad the hit is on them. So The example they give for +3 is like cars tearing through Joseph's arm muscles, disabling it. So I do something bad to this guy.
Yeah, you see his armored vest like crack visibly as the angler is bludgeoned into him, and he's thrown off course as well. But sort of from his swan dive he was doing towards you guys.
And as I do that, I swing the angler back up to me, and I like grab him in my arm, and I thumbs up my teammates. I'm like, got him!
Are you still falling?
Yep. I'm still falling.
Okay,
well, to be fair, we were high above the ground, so she has time.
Okay, yeah, so this is what I'm going to do here.
Oh, if I knew there were only one round until ground, I would have pulled the parachute out! Oh no, okay.
I mean, bats can still turn you both into balls.
True.
Yeah.
So now it's Lord Fuckleroy's turn, yeah?
Yeah, so he's flying high above you guys. He whips his hand to a holster and pulls out his submachine gun, points it down at you. And his stand then sort of stabs that submachine gun, and it seems to develop into some strange sort of like... It's not like it doesn't get bigger or like science fiction. It seems to just get more simplified.
Oh, I get it. He's the inverse of Vasilii. He evolves things instead of
So it's like he's very small.
This is like Vasili's rival, I think.
That's probably exactly why he was looking for him. He's like
So
the
he's
one
very
guy.
sort of small and thin, black, just sort of slightly bigger than a pistol, and he fires, and it's silent. But you can feel like a hurtling, deadly force coming towards you here.
Who's he shooting at?
Are you?
Alright, I try...
He's shooting at the angler who you have. So, by association, he's shooting at you.
For my defense, I, hold
I have a suggestion,
Okay.
Darnell.
Sure.
I figure you're about to use bones to defend yourself, right?
Yeah, of course.
I can double the amount of bones you use by projecting recordings of them to help you defend.
Do you want to dual heat this?
Yeah.
Alright, so what I do is I pull the angler in and I nod. I lock eyes with my bro Dante and I nod. And the fucking bones come out of me and form this sort of half sphere bone shield around me. In front of us. And then I wait for Dante's intervention.
Yeah, and I project the other half of that bone sphere and reinforce it.
Hell yeah. Alright. So I guess withstand? Or protect?
I'd say withstand, I would say, yeah.
Alright, I can use my durability if you want to use your pluck.
Yeah, I'll use my pluck since I have a 5 in that.
Perfect, and I've got a 4 in durability.
And that'll be against a snipe from this man.
No hits. Did we get any advantage, Smile?
I'm afraid not.
Well, we have one dice.
Is already, I consider it an advantage.
What? Okay, well, we have one live dice. Oh dear.
So... You've got your mega bone shield up with the hologram replicas in it as well, and it breaks apart. The whole thing doesn't shatter, but it's like a hole is opened in it through the first volley of bullets. And in this case, you do feel one foot into your leg, and you feel the angler sort of jerk in your hand as well.
Did he get hit or just me?
Since he's been hit in one of the legs as well.
Shit! Chelsea cries out in pain, and the shield sort of dissipates, falling into the air as she goes further down with him.
Okay, and that then goes to Bat's turn. Actually,
Okay.
Driver, you also are not driving right now, so...
Yeah, I guess I'm part of this.
Yeah, you're part of it. You've become involved.
Okay, Bats is going to realize how dire the situation is right now, and remove a ball from his suit pocket, and he's going to turn it into his signature bat. And he is going to overlay one of the Clash's cannons towards the angler and turn him into balls that he can manipulate. And at the same time, he is going to do the same thing with an overlay on his foot towards Driver, because he knows that if he could at least get Driver away from the situation, he has enough know-it-all to get back to headquarters without much trouble. and he's going to manipulate these balls towards the bat and try to home run them towards the coastline of Lee.
Both the angler
That's
and
smart.
driver, then.
Yes. So, while me and Chelsea will still be in there, they could get away and complete the mission successfully.
Probably a trick shot, I'd guess, because you're trying to aim them towards the island.
Yeah. Trick shot, I would say. Well, he's not really good trying to do anything. He doesn't want to stop you here because the angler is like his guy right now. So the enemy sort of whips his wings through the air. So it seems like he's doing his best to stay above you, which is the easiest. You're falling, and it seems like he's diving towards you, Bats, as you're trying to do this. So it's a matter of if he gets to you first. Then yes, he's going to try to intercept with durability and precision.
Hey, you got this, Slugger. Although this would be funny in its
trick
own
shot,
way
yeah.
because this might theoretically take driver out of the initiative again.
To be fair, I guess it might stand as suited for running away.
True.
What dice pool's precision?
See, this would be the part if you still had learning, where you could be like
the wit and precision.
If you still had learning, you could be like the mech suit has jetpack feet, just fly around in the air.
Just do like Polnareff did in the episode with his shrink, and be like, this is taking so much stand power.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Don't worry, eventually I'll record someone with a jetpack.
That's actually 6, Tan.
Is it?
Wait a second, I can record this guy's wings.
Look,
that is 6.
5, 6, 5, 6, 6, 5.
That's 6.
Yeah. Well, either way you did it, because the bat's dice blessing is still in effect.
Of course, always is.
So yeah, right before he reaches you manage to pull off this maneuver and launch the angler ball and the driver ball off towards the coastline.
Nice.
And
this guy...
I want to get it in that I'm recording that guy's wings.
Okay.
I'm deleting the helicopter recording to make space
These are like arms with like the leathery wing sort of in
yeah, I understand. I'm just saying. I have to delete the helicopter recording for this though.
Okay.
It's too big.
So now, as it is the man's turn, he completely ignores you, Chelsea and Bats, and he, with those sort of jets, he starts on more jet with more cables, and jets of smoke burst out of his arms, launching him at full speed after the two balls you've just home runned.
Since the two balls can't defend themselves, Bats, you and
Can I not use my stand?
Can he use a stand in ball form?
You can use your stand as a ball. Well, actually, that's a bit weird because you kidnapped that other woman to interrogate as a ball, so if she could use a stand, that doesn't quite work.
Well, what if once they hit the coastline?
Then you're gonna revert.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if I summon Proto Man, but he's also a ball?
I'll allow it.
You know what? Maybe how it works. Maybe
it's like when Kid Buu turned that Vegito into candy. But Vegito kept dodging Kid Buu's attacks while he was candy.
Hold on. We knocked out Backpack Woman when we captured her, right? Maybe it's like Death 13 rules where if you summon your stand before you're a ball, it's still out.
You can have Proto Man as a little ball come out, but you'll have disadvantage on the roll because he's a little ball man.
Okay.
Alright, if you want to defend yourself, be my guest, Jack. I will leave.
So he's going for an intercept. He's just trying to get you guys.
I mean, if someone else has a better idea, my idea was to project copies of his thrusters to try and escape from him. Well, I guess it would have to be at the same speed as... Well, no, I can speed it up, yeah.
I didn't have a better idea per se. I just figured because you were in ball form, you would need us to protect you. But if you've got a handle on it, that's all you, brother.
I'm not sure I do. Tan just said I have disadvantage.
I was thinking Billy and I would dual heat something to keep him from reaching you guys.
Go for it.
Who?
Who's Billy? Is this a good triple operative I'm not familiar with?
Agent Billy.
So I think
Billy Bat.
Agent Cody Banks.
I think a cool dual heat would be for you to move because he's chasing after the balls at top speed to try and catch them, but you can move them freely, so you jerk them back from underneath him, and then I hit them back with the shovel and knock him in the back of the head with the balls.
Oh yeah, if Jack wants to do that, then okay.
Go for it.
All right, let's do that then.
So what would this be, like a bamboozle?
I'd say very bamboozle though, yeah. Because the Jack and Angler balls, the driver and Angler balls, are going to change their course, stop flying forward, zoom around him, and then you're going to hit them into the back of him.
So I have pretty good wit. What's your menacing, Dune?
Okay, I'm going to assume that's it then.
It's an A.
Yeah, that's it. He's basically jerking the balls, and so like they suddenly come back towards us.
He's doing what to his balls?
Shut up! And then I'm materializing the shovel, and I'm batting them into the back.
How come Yuzo didn't get this many gay jokes?
God damn it! Anytime I say balls, Tanhoney makes a
the
fool
word
of me.
you surround the word balls with is also contributing.
Anyways, are you good to do your menacing if I do my wit?
Yeah, I just rolled menacing now.
So I'm grabbing Billy's balls here.
So I think this is the first 10D. This is the first like maxed roll, which is pretty.
No,
cool.
I've rolled a few.
Nice.
That's a 4 success there.
Yes.
And he's going to roll his intercept here. 1, 2, 3.
I roll speed and precision a lot.
Ooh.
So yeah, you managed to do this here.
So this was a reaction, not a counterattack, so he won't take a hit from this, but the way I see it is like it bonks his head or something, or like it goes out from under him and then gets knocked back over him or some shit. And like knocks him off course.
Yeah, so he goes flying through the air, like end over end basically. So yeah, and he just goes sort of end over end. He's like, "Whoa!" He doesn't actually say that though. He's very stoic.
And then that brings it to driver's turn, right?
And then I imagine like me and the angler like get to shore and turn back into human form, right?
Well, yeah, you resume your zoomy course, and well, you're almost at the shore. This is the shore is a little bit of a distance where you're all flying through the air at this point, basically.
Oh.
And as the guy stabilizes himself just a little bit, though, he does suddenly stop, and he seems to be looking past you all at something behind you as a group.
Oh dear.
And then he sort of goes into his little bird pose and flies the fuck away. The mission, it seems, is not that important to him compared to what he has just spied with his birdie eye.
I look over at what he was looking at.
There is a massive human silhouette on the horizon, something standing like in the ocean.
It's
the fucking beast!
And you can't really tell any details in this end, but it seems like strangely mechanical, but not in the way an actual machine would be. It's sort of it seems to be a massive stand, basically, from what you can see. One hand is extended with like a smaller figure standing on the palm, and the other hand is also extended, but it's pointing towards you all with this strange blue light glinting on the edge of its finger.
Yo, Kaiju stands her back? Tan?
Yeah, basically that's what I wanted to picture, like something like the fucking One Piece giant guys.
We are so fucking back. Kaiju stands her back, boys. Oh my god.
I don't think I can project something that big.
Are we out of initiative right now?
You are here, yes.
I tried to maneuver myself towards, like, I do an air swim towards bats.
Yeah.
And then when I get close enough, I wrap him tightly in my arms and like a hug, and then I deploy the flesh parachute.
Right, okay, and Driver, are you still just heading towards the shore as Ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not really anything else I can do.
Okay, so as you're going off into the horizon, well, not the horizon, onto the shore, the same view.
They do the Team Rocket glint.
There's this, like, almost like, dubstep does not yet exist, so you don't understand this reference, but it's like, almost like that, the way this force sort of builds up in this massive finger, it's like, and then it fires this colossal fucking beam of blue light at you guys.
At me and...
Well, primarily it seems... Well, at the group as a whole, basically. It's big enough that it does not need a specific target.
How fucking big is it? We're pretty far away at this point.
It's absurdly big.
Oh dear.
So yeah, we need everyone here to make a DC roll here. Let's see. Well, how would you avoid or withstand this beam? You tell me, and then
I'm grabbing onto the angler, and I'm like as I said before, projecting like a copy of that dude's thrusters from before, and I'm gonna try and like speed out of the way as quickly as I can. But there's nothing else I can really do.
Right. Okay.
So I guess that's gonna be a race, which
I'd
is
say so. Yeah.
Plucking speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God I invested in pluck.
Yeah, before we do any rolling, I'd say the DC for this, it's going to be one of these ones where it's sort of a sliding scale, where like the results will depend on what you guys get.
So I just wanted to make sure we didn't plummet to our deaths, but out of character, Dune, do you have any ideas?
I'm thinking right now. I'm sure I'll come up with
I've
something.
only got one success.
Because I had a couple like basic ideas for like how you would normally dodge attack, but if it's big enough to hit us and them, I'm not sure if any of those would work.
Oh, okay, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I can overlay my cannons on my legs, and since we're like holding each other right now, right?
Mm-hmm. I got my arms wrapped around you in a big hug.
Yeah, I can rapid fire balls towards the ocean itself and use the pressure to kind of like jettison us out of the way of the beam.
If you do that, I might dual heat with you, and I'll turn this flesh parachute into a flesh sail, and then we'll fucking get the hell out of here.
And they should get an advantage for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a group,
I'll immediately go back on my dual heat no advantage roll.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think dual heat should discount an advantage because, like, dual heats don't really give you an advantage. They just allow two players to cooperate.
Automatically give an
Right.
The dual heat by necessity is usually a little bit more planning there.
I think as a group, it's probably not the best idea for us to fight a fucking kaiju stand.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it can make a laser big enough to wipe out an island, yeah, no.
Jack in part 2 be like.
All right, what
it feels like.
I can destroy a house, not the same.
Both of us as former wielders of kaijus can tell you that it's probably a good idea to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, so I'll do the sail and he'll launch us and we'll go zooming through the night away from this.
Okay, what the fuck do you roll for this?
Race, maybe?
Sure, maybe, yeah. Pluck from one guy, speed from another.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
My speeds are both B, or my pluck and speed are both B, so...
My pluck is B and my speed is C, so I'll do pluck if you do speed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That probably makes more sense, too, since you're the one shooting out the balls and I'm the one maneuvering the sail.
Right.
So you do have an advantage. That's one from Bats there.
2 from me.
Okay.
So 3 total. And what was the DC again?
It's a sliding scale, so this will determine your fate.
It seems
Fucking
we've seen
God.
it.
So, okay.
We're fucked.
So
fucked. We are
as
so
the
fucking
laser
gone.
passes over, the driver, you manage to get a little away from the core of it where it seems most intense. The other two get right onto the edge of the beam. Both of you sort of are exposed to it for a few moments. Everything flurs blue, and you black out. Not for long, though. You wake up soon after with pounding headaches. It seems maybe you've unconsciously landed here. And you are on the coast.
Oh my
and there's no sign of the massive kaiju stand either.
Am I still, locked with Slugger?
The kaiju might have taken a lot of the stand user's energy, so maybe that might have been the only attack he could do.
If this
As you are considering this, driving, sitting up from your sleep, you do see, when you look down, your hand is not as it was previously.
Did I get Skywalkered?
Well, not exactly. You look down and you can see your hand is like it's not responding at first. You think maybe in a moment of horror, oh god, what if I've lost my hand? It's not gone. Um, it is, however, sort of flat and like with an odd colour, like almost like jaundiced. You touch it and you see this texture is familiar, but not in the way that your hand would be familiar. It seems, putting it mildly, your hand has been turned into cardboard.
Oh, good.
Oh, his flat Stanley.
And your blood from your real hand is like soaking into the cardboard and making it like malleable, which is not good.
I don't know if a Proto Man will function right.
Yeah, how does that reflect into Proto Men? Is like one of his bike handles fucked up now?
Yeah, it's just like weird massive metal. Like it doesn't know how to reflect that.
Bats is
okay,
going
okay.
to,
As long as the wheels are fine, I'm confident I can pilot it.
Okay,
Bats
as you
is
are
going to shake his head open and take a look around for the angler.
So you're on the coast here. As you're looking for the angler, you hear a scream and blood curdling from further down the rocks. The angler's down there. It seems like he, with them being like almost right in the core of that beam, Driver seemed only the worst of it, but the angler did not. Both of his legs have turned into cardboard, and the cardboard is beginning to fray, basically, exposing his flesh stumps to the open air, which he does not like.
Oh.
I'm immediately like throwing a caution to the wind, and I'm like jumping down there to help him out.
Absolutely. It's not like difficult to get to him. It's just sort of like climbing down a little bit, but you manage to get to him. And how would you help out with this malady?
I don't know if I can stop this, but maybe if I can get him to the Speedwagon Foundation in time, we can put him in that stand. What's it called? Stand.
High power.
The big teddy bear. High power.
High
yeah.
power.
Well, I just had a realization. Now that both his legs are fully cardboard, he's probably lost a lot of weight, yeah?
Yeah, probably easier to carry.
And then you did record those wings.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think it's enough that he can fly?
I don't know whether he has the will to fly.
I have pluck A.
No, I mean the angler. The wings will be on him, right?
Oh boy.
Well, I could put the wings on like myself and Proto Men and just like carry him to safety, right?
I guess you could.
You could.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the angler and be like, well, at least now you got an interesting story to tell, right?
Is the cardboard spreading, Tan?
It's not spreading now.
Okay.
Are we cardboarderized
Horribly
at all?
traumatized.
It seems you managed to. You've got like a weird cardboard fuzz on your skin, but nothing has actually become cardboard. It seems like maybe some of your body hair became cardboard, essentially.
You know,
Okay.
normally Chelsea would be more focused on the mission, but when she sees Dante's hand, especially because, you know, he's been really good about always helping her when she's been fucked up, she's like, oh my god, Driver, are you okay? She rushes over to him.
I'll be fine. As long as we can get myself and Angler to high power, I'm sure that stand can reverse this.
Well,
Driver, you know of any Speedwagon Foundation holdouts that are in Lee? Or are we just screwed until someone comes pick us up?
And do I know of any?
This shithole, I doubt
not off
it.
the top of your head. This is the first time you've personally operated in Lee.
Well, also, we would know as citizens... Well, are we American, necessarily?
I'm
Italian American.
Yeah, so, like, as Americans...
Brazilian would have no fucking clue.
My point is, as Americans, we would know Lee's kind of like a crime-filled shithole that, like, the authorities don't really have any reach in. So it'd be surprising if the Speedwagon Foundation had more than, like, a guy here.
Yeah.
Like, I doubt they have a full-functioning base that wouldn't have been raided or found by now.
So yeah, you're basically at the northern side of Lee at the moment, which is mostly desert anyway, like Nevada desert sort of terrain. So you are further away from civilization than you would be even in shithole Lee.
So bad news. When we crashed, it looks like I lost all the corpse parts I had with me, so I'm kind of neutered right now. I don't have anything left in the chamber of my gun either. And I pull out the gun, and it is broken in half.
How are we supposed to get back?
I deleted my helicopter projection to make room for the... God damn it.
I guess our best bet is we're going to need to find a flight or a boat out of here. But
I mean, I'm not worried about myself and the angler. I can get us out, but you two...
Wait, you can get...
Well, here's the thing. If you could get yourselves out, you could come pick us up, right?
Yeah, go get Major O, or Sergeant O, I mean.
All right. Just where's we need to organize some meetup place though.
Shit, what's the capital of Lee again? I knew I should have paid attention in history.
Charlestown?
Charlestown! I remembered. See, knew that C was good for something.
You slap your head like, there we go.
Yeah, we could meet up at Charlestown. I mean, it's probably... I'd hesitate to use the word safe, but it has the most people around, so we're least likely to get, shot or gutted in the street.
Don't we have to cross the massive fucking desert to get there?
That would be the problem.
And I don't know about you, but I don't have any rations on me.
I pat around my suit, and I have, like, a half-eaten granola bar.
Remember when you turned your lungs into ball form? Could you try to do the same with your stomach?
I mean, it's not the hunger that I'm worried about. It's more like the dehydration, the exhaustion.
That's true. That would affect more. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Well, what time of day is it right now, Tan?
It's early morning.
I'm in support of you flying back to headquarters, getting the mission done successfully. This angler guy, if the longer he's around here, the more guys like that massive Godzilla are gonna show up.
I hate to leave you guys here, but I can't refute the argument.
We can handle our own.
I know, it's just...
Well...
I don't like leaving people behind.
I would also like to bring, perhaps more than us, you should be worried about you and the angler. I mean, your hand, it might be hard for you to fight in that condition. Plus, with his legs like that, you can't exactly afford to be seen in public. It'll get a lot of attention.
That's true. I should at least be able to fly us somewhere safe where I can get into contact with the Speedwagon Foundation.
Alright, well here's an idea. The desert might be a little easier to travel at night, so what we could do is hunker down in some shade, try and wait it out till nightfall, and then make our way to Charlestown while you two fly off back to the base and get a hold of Sergeant O or whoever you can and come meet us there tomorrow morning.
I will say try not to freeze to death in the desert, because it can get deceptively cold.
Well, you know...
I don't know about that.
I mean...
That's why people usually... I do agree with the logic that it is probably easier to avoid enemies at night, but that's because there's like a reason why people travel the desert during the daytime.
Well, dehydrate in the day or freeze at night. We gotta pick one. I mean, we can't just sit around here forever.
I know, I'm just warning you.
I think we're on a clock here. So we send them back to base, and we're the only two stand users in this group that can fight right now. I mean, no offense, driver, but your hands...
No, you're right.
Wait a minute. Isn't there a much easier solution to this problem?
What's that?
Bats.
Yes.
Why don't you just turn me and you into a ball and put us in driver's pockets?
That was a really good idea.
Oh yeah, you can turn him into cardboard too.
Yeah, that's right.
To the angler.
Yeah, you can just make all three of us balls, and then we could just go.
It is... You know what, Bats? I forget how convenient your power is.
It really is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, okay, alright. All right.
I mean, it's a shame we won't get to hold hands or anything, but it's a lot safer.
Alright, just run the three of you into balls, and I'll get us back to HQ in no time.
Yeah, and then that way, if you run into trouble, he can just unball us, and bam, you got the squad.
Right,
it's like Pokemon.
Exactly.
Just to confirm, what are the routes we are flying here? Because HQ is in a different state, so...
That's true. Well, hold on. How good are you at navigating? Is that a skill check to navigate?
I feel like Driver would, by necessity, be an expert. I feel like Driver would be an expert navigator.
So, hold on.
By necessity.
Let me get up a map of the United States, because I can direct us based on this. Alright. Because Lee... Alright, hold on. So, can you put images into the... Are we allowed to, put images in the Google Jamboard, Tan?
Yeah, absolutely. It's an add image thing.
Okay, so, give me a second. US... All right, let me
Please
open
show me this
that.
quote-unquote country you keep talking about.
All right. Let me draw this out real quick. So I'm switching the display on OBS to the Jamboard. So add an image. Browse. Give me 1 second. All right, so is everyone looking at the Jamboard?
I'm wrapped with attention.
All right, so this is the United States. So Lee is written to be off the coast of Texas, so it would be somewhere like here.
In the Gulf of Mexico, yeah.
So where is the Speedwagon HQ?
It's a short distance outside of Dallas.
All right, so it would be. We just need to go like north and then a little bit west. So if you just followed the direction of where the sun is setting, then you should be able to.
Yeah.
Get the general
might
idea.
be safer once we get to land to like fly up rather to Louisiana and then travel by road to Dallas.
That's not a bad idea. We could get like a rental
yeah,
car or
road
something.
trip.
Yeah, we could fucking Stardust Crusaders it. Go to Louisiana, road trip to Dallas. So let me Google real quick.
You people will never make it to Lord Geo.
So Louisiana, let me Google. So like the southern part of
I
Louisiana.
don't even need a rental.
You're
because
going to
remember-
give me facts about Louisiana.
So
you
if
better do it in the right
if you
voice.
go to the bottom of Louisiana, the first big city you'd hit is New Orleans. So if we go to New Orleans to Dallas, let me do a quick Google Maps on how long that would take. So that
And probably just like halve the speed because like Proto Man is fucking fast.
So that's about a 7.5 hour drive. So if we half that, that'd be like 3 hours, 40-ish minutes. 50.
Yeah, I can make that.
That's not bad for a road trip, to be honest. All right, and then I'm gonna switch back.
We
to
just
the
like,
Discord.
stop it. We just stop to get food, and like half of us are cardboard.
Only located. I just saw that image. He's approaching.
It's like the map in Infamous 2 where it's like showing the beast traveling down the coast of America.
But yeah, I think that's a solid plan. And then we might have fun encounters in New Orleans or in that road trip. That could be like a whole arc.
Yeah, where we're all
Yeah,
fucking
good.
cardboard the whole time.
U.S. War Room. All right, I think that's a splendid plan. We should go for that.
All right. So go ahead. So I assume we just go ahead and do that, and then I put my trusted friends in my jacket pocket, zip it up,
So cozy
and
in
then
here.
I fly off to New Orleans.
Can we talk as balls, or are we like completely incapacitated?
It would be
It's funny
funnier if we could talk.
So
Yeah.
talk.
And I said the
We
same
can
thing at the
talk.
same time.
But you
We
have
can
to talk in
talk,
like
but
cute
only-
voices.
So,
Only to other balls.
so what I'm thinking, right? Since we've got a long road trip,
It's really cozy in Driver's Pocket.
I'm thinking it might be fun if we do some roleplay bonding activities.
Absolutely. Please come fly with me. come fly.
Not if I have to do the ball voice, though. I'll wait till we're in Louisiana. If that's the
Yeah.
case.
Okay, well, how do you stop the
I
inevitable
swear-
blood when you fly over open ocean?
By the way, I use Proto Men to turn on some in-flight music.
Yeah, can you catch radio waves off of Lee? We can get some music.
You can hear like conspiracy radio.
Oh my god, it's that.
They got the
That-
second fields in our minds, man. That's why they sent Skylab up. They're gonna turn us into alien mutants, man. You hear the song?
I switched to the punk rock radio station.
It seems to be the same guy, but he's also doing the punk rock radio. It's like switching between desks. It seems.
All the small things.
That's about 40 years off.
I feel like if I turn on my own private music, it's gonna be that guy somehow.
I guess 70s
Like,
punk
some
would
sort
be
of
more
stand-up.
like fucking Sex Pistols, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God save the
or-
Queen! We can't play that song in front of
Your favorite
Tan.
band, Six Pistols, is playing.
Tan, play God
We're
Save
in
the
what?
Queen
Are
by
we
the
in
Sex
Are we in
Pistols.
70 or 71?
We're in 73.
Oh, okay. Punk's barely a thing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like it's
Oh,
literally
is it?
like well,
Okay.
it exists, but it's like it's like the foundation of punk was like the late '60s. So it's shit like Sex Pistols, like the very first.
Right. You would
Okay.
you'd hear like the Stooges.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like old punk bands weren't till the late 70s.
I only know this
Okay.
because I took a history of rock music class in college. It was my favorite class I took.
Okay, then I'm probably playing more like classic rock then.
Yeah.
which is contemporary rock right now.
I'm TNT. I'm Dynamite.
Darnell, that's the 80s.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
You're right. You're
You
right.
just don't know. Right now on the radio, you'd hear Jimi Hendrix,
Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry.
You'd hear the fucking Doors.
Chuck Berry.
Maybe a little Chuck Berry. Maybe
The Beatles?
the Beatles.
Beatles. Oh yeah, the Beatles is probably what's on right now.
Yeah.
British Takeover.
Yeah, okay. So
This is such an interesting conversation for a podcast.
You're flying over the ocean towards, I believe it was Louisiana was where we're headed at the moment then?
Yeah, so the bottom right part of Louisiana is where New Orleans is, for reference. Okay. So it's like a direct shot north. So
do you have any specific conversations you'd like to have on the flight there? Or?
Yeah, only if I don't have to do the ball voice, though.
You don't have to do the ball voice. Can you do like a little bit of the ball voice? Can you make it slightly higher pitched? Can we compromise?
All right, well, we're flying for a while, so you guys ever played Never Have I Ever?
I know how to play, but I don't think I've ever done it.
You guys
my fucking legs!
What are you, 12?
Hey, fuck you! I just thought, it wouldn't hurt to get to know each other a little bit, a little team bonding.
I'm on Chelsea's side. It's not a bad idea to do like anything to pass the time. I mean, like, it's gonna be a bit of a trip.
I just want to make sure that our buddy over here is not going to be annoyed.
It fucking hurts!
He'll like it. He's an information broker. He's going to learn all about us.
I put the angler in a different pocket from them.
He's in the butt pocket.
He's alone now.
All right. You should start, Bats.
Never have I ever. How do I play this? Is this like tic-tac-toe?
Well, you basically say like, never have I ever done this thing, and the people who have done it, they lose a point or whatever.
Usually you drink, but I guess we would just admit we did it.
Yeah, we can just go with that.
Oh, okay. Never have I ever read the Bible.
I've read a few. I've read quite a few of the books back in Sunday school.
I'll be honest. I feel bad admitting this, but I'm with Bats. I've never read the Bible, which is weird because I've been to church.
You about to say, like, I hate to admit this, but I've never heard of that thing.
No. Well, she's like, it's a
You
little.
were in the mob and you never read the Bible? I thought they were pretty religious.
Well, it's more of a showy thing, sit down and
fair
read
enough.
the book. That's a little different than, getting all huffy when somebody brings up the Virgin Mary.
Fair enough.
I've heard a lot of speeches from pastors, but I've never read the Bible. Okay.
Yeah, my mom grew me up as Protestant.
Really, Driver? I never took you for religious.
And I'm more non-practicing right now, but it is still a part of, how I grew up.
No, I respect that. You want to go next?
Sure. Actually, I can't think of anything. Chelsea, can you go?
Yeah. Okay. Never have I ever played baseball.
Gotta admit, I've done it.
Damn it.
It's just
that question was meant for you, Bats.
Yeah, you're just trying to make me lose here.
I don't know. I had to get that point back somehow.
Really fucking definite level machinations behind the scenes.
Never have I ever knocked the 8-ball in during pool.
Fuck you. Damn it. Wait, you actually know how to play pool, by the way, right?
Yeah.
I
just thought it was funny to play along with them.
Okay, thank you, because I swear I was going crazy.
Fine.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
The music has changed menacingly.
Yeah, this is to indicate that you're all thinking very hard about how to win.
All right,
Fine.
You move, Bats.
Never have I ever been in a relationship that's lasted longer than a week.
Ooh, I've
I've
had like 2 that lasted about a month each.
yeah, I've been in a relationship longer than that.
I like gently tap bats and to like signal that was probably a bad question. We should drop the subject.
Ow!
Not the bats ball.
Jeez.
No, it's okay. He didn't do anything wrong. It's just well, it's kind of silly. I was only ever with one guy, and we were together for a long time since high school, and then yeah, he died. But it's cool, you know? It's smile because it happened, don't cry because it's gone, right?
Ah, jeez. I didn't mean to bring that up. I thought we were just playing a little game.
No, it's cool, it's cool. You're good.
Don't worry about it. It happens.
Yeah. Okay. Never have I
Oh, yeah.
ever... You know what? Never have I ever gone to a party.
That one feels directed at me.
Hey, like I said, I'm just trying to keep myself afloat in this
come
game.
from a party.
Oh, shit! Wait! Okay, I have to change it. That doesn't count. That was my first party.
That was a scenario you just imagined
Shit!
when you said the question.
Okay, hold on. Are there takebacks? There are takebacks, right?
don't know, who came up
We
with
should
the
give
game?
you a pass. I mean, it's pretty easy to forget that was a party.
Okay. If we don't count that, then that still stands. Other than the oil rig, I've never been to an official party.
My fucking oil rig is gone.
What about you two?
Honestly, I kind of want to keep him as a ball. He's much funnier like this.
He is so much funnier.
He went from ominous, like, information broker to Elmo so quickly.
Can we donate him to Sesame Street?
Elmo used to be somebody.
Actual in-game lore, Sesame Street, Elmo's voice is because bats turned that guy's vocal cords into balls. Never gave him back.
In a bar fight.
Oh man, I know so much about Sesame Street lore, but I probably shouldn't admit that.
Alright, Trevor, your go. Hit us with one.
Can you do it?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I'm putting on the Scrabble timer.
Oh no, don't do this to me.
Have you ever been at a family event and someone turns on the fucking Scrabble timer? It gets so heated.
No.
It's so, at least in my family,
That's when a fist fight starts.
my family takes Scrabble super seriously. Like, if one of my parents is taking too long, someone will flip the timer and they'll be like, you did not.
Ooh, I just thought of a good one, but Driver immediately thinks it would be offensive to Chelsea
Do it.
if he said it, so he...
Do it.
Never have I ever been to a wedding.
Oh, fuck you! Alright, I've done it. I've been to a wedding.
I told you it was offensive.
It's not offensive, whatever. I'm not that soft. Alright, what about you, big guy bats?
I'm just trying to be compassionate, okay?
Never have I ever
Wait!
shat my pants in public.
You gotta answer. Have you been to a wedding or not?
Well, yeah, I've been to a fucking wedding. I'm a mob guy. Do you know how many weddings they have?
No, I'm not. I'm the only one who hasn't been in the mob.
To be honest, I always skipped those weddings when they invited me. I just pretended I had a package to deliver.
That's pretty
In the mob
funny.
either.
What'd he say?
I wasn't in the mob either.
You said you never shit your pants. I did unfortunately shit my pants in the 2nd grade.
In public? Oh.
It was pretty bad. Yeah. What about you,
I've
Trevor?
also
Yeah,
never
they're
shit
the
my
best.
pants.
Oh, fuck you guys. No way. I don't believe that.
Well, not in public. I obviously shit my diaper as a baby. But
Yeah,
like,
but that doesn't count.
Yeah, that doesn't count, so I've never done it. As soon as I was potty trained, I never did it.
Alright.
What about you, Angler?
First, I'm gonna shut my pants. I'm a functional human being.
Fuck you! Can we kick him off? Do we really need him?
We still need him for information,
objective.
Chelsea.
So as your talk goes on for quite a while in the hours, because this is a long
I kind of love
flight,
the angler.
He's great.
and you finally hear the calls of gulls and see the coastline with a little small town. Well, not as a small town, there's some small sort of establishments on the coast here.
Yeah, as we approach, I lower, our altitude until we like approach land, and then I like seamlessly change into bike form and plop down on the road and just keep driving.
Nice.
Yeah, so the roads go by then as you hit land.
The unfortunate thing is we landed in Louisiana, which, as we learned last week, is apparently the worst state based on the rankings.
Wait, what?
Do you not remember that when we were looking at the state rankings last week?
Oh, right, I forgot. So you're now in the worst state. You're in Caelan.
We are.
We're being attacked by Superfly. We have to convince someone else to come into Louisiana so that we can leave.
I will say, if any street in America had a stand like in Part 8, it would be fucking Bourbon Street, for sure.
Oh, fucking Christ, you're right. We're gonna be attacked by Radio Gaga.
Oh, that would be good. Alright. Are you taking us to a rental car place so we can all be human again?
It would be faster if I drove Proto-Man.
Oh man, I miss having a body.
Yeah, okay, do you want to be in ball form for longer, or do you want to be in the hi-fi chamber for longer?
That depends. Bats, tell us, what does it feel like when we're in ball form? Is it like, does it feel like nothing? Do we feel like cramped and packed in? Is it uncomfortable? Is it like surprisingly warm and like calming?
Well, I'd say it's claustrophobic, and you feel the texture of whatever your ball is rubbed against. Kind of like permeating over your entire body. Imagine the it's
very unpleasant.
It's very unpleasant. But imagine in Part 5 when they're all in the turtle.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if that turtle was like
5 centimeters
50 times smaller.
Yeah,
like 50 times smaller, and there was only one of you in there.
Oh, that's miserable.
And there were no decorations, so you're in a ball and you're completely aware of it.
Look, I'll go as fast as I can.
Hold on, I might have a solution to this if you can turn me back to normal.
Oh, wait, I could just let you guys off here and let you guys take the cab back.
Well, is there a graveyard around here that you can swing by real quick?
Yeah,
oh, God.
All right.
A graveyard in New Orleans? Absolutely.
Bats,
grave robbery?
Bats, can you turn me human again real quick?
Of course.
I swing by
turn you
swing
human.
by graveyard.
Yes, there's a big imposing graveyard here. Lots of graves, lots of gates, very gothic architecture.
Since I have my choice of bones to
there's
use,
even a big spooky tree in the middle with crows on it. Let's say
I'm gonna defile whichever graves seem like they belong to like shithead plantation owners or whatever, and I'm gonna take out their bones and I'm gonna construct a little bone sidecar.
You find like a statue of Robert E. Lee above one of them.
Yeah, like this'll do. And I'm gonna make like a little carrier with bone wheels, and I'm gonna kind of slot it into his car so that we can chill in the sidecar.
Oh my! You're making my sidecar.
Yeah, I'd say the sidecar can fit too, and then someone can ride on Dante's back.
And of course, the angler is still a ball.
oh no, I want to be human. I used to be human.
Don't worry, we'll get you back to HQ as fast as possible. Now that they're, by the way, now that they're human, I'm gonna go a little slower.
Nice.
Okay, so you've got your sidecar on Proto-Man. Is who's still balls?
The angler is remaining in ball form.
The other two.
That makes sense to me because his legs are cardboard. So if we're driving too fast, they might fly off. Plus, it would be like really noticeable. Whereas driver can just like put on a glove.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm such a skilled driver. I can drive one-handedly too.
Yes. So you set off.
It's what I do. It's in my name.
So you set off from the graveyard. The street here sort of turns a corner. So I imagine you're following the roads. Is that correct?
Yeah. For now.
So
yeah.
You turn the corner from the graveyard and you arrive at the graveyard.
Wait, what?
Oh, only now we're doing the
arrived
graveyard thing.
No, you just came from the graveyard and you left and then arrived. It seems insane graveyard.
Oh no. Now we're being attacked by the watch guy from part 7.
Oh shit.
Here.
Well, it's Louisiana. There's a whole lot of these. Could be a coincidence. Why don't you keep going?
Look, being a courier is what I do. There's no chance that I got lost. And I keep driving.
Okay,
Keep
well,
driving.
how about this? As he drives, I look for a tree nearby and I mark it with my fucking something. I don't know, shovel.
There's in the graveyard. There's that big tree I mentioned. You can mark that, or
Yep.
one on the street, or
I'll mark that, and then that way we can keep our track. And I'll be like, all right, I'll prove that it was just another graveyard. Keep going.
you drive a short distance and come to the graveyard with a marked tree. You've been going in the same direction. I want to point out the whole time.
Fuck.
This proves it. We're under attack by an enemy stand.
We better not be getting haunted, because personally, that would suck.
It would be beautifully ironic considering your stand.
It would, but also horrifying, because that means that could have happened any time I've done this. And let's be honest, this is not the first graveyard I've pilfered. It's not even in the single digits.
All right. I'm going to aim my cannons at the sky, and I'm going to fire off a barrage of balls towards just the atmosphere in general to see if this is.
This
like
is going to be like in part
situation.
4 when Echoes tried to fly above the street but smacked into the road.
Right. See if this is like a sun situation or something like that.
You fire them upwards. They fly up. You sense them sort of exit your stand's range after a while, and from there you don't sense them anymore. But they don't come back down. It seems.
Can I manipulate them from where they are, or no?
No.
Here's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna turn myself into balls, and I'm gonna see if I can get a vantage point from up there. Okay?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I'm going.
They must have predicted that we would come to a graveyard after landing on land.
Unless it's not the graveyard itself. It's I don't know. And I'm gonna turn myself into balls.
Okay, so as you fly up, you get a good view of what you expected to be this little town. It's not a little town you get a view of, though. It's an endless repeating grid all the way past the horizon of the graveyard, and in each sort of segment you can see yourselves again and again standing outside the graveyard, including endless sort of duplicates of you as balls flying up.
Holy shit! So if I move, do the copies of me move too?
They do.
Okay.
It may
Oh
not
my
be
God.
It may just be a case of looping space here.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I get it. It's like when you look in a mirror and it's
Exactly.
reflected a certain way. That's cool.
Okay, well, forgive me for being superstitious, but we could try holding our breath until we leave the area.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm going to.
Angler, you're an information broker. You ever seen anything like this?
It's not a stand like this, no. I've never seen anything like that.
Shit. Okay.
All right. Well, have you seen anything like those two stands that attacked you before? I mean, do you know what possible group was after you there?
The person who's trying to kill me, I'm pretty sure he was an operative called Wen Wong. His stand, Into Dust, allows him to evolve things, but he's a mercenary. I don't know why well, obviously I know why he'd be coming after me because someone paid him to. The other one, I've only heard rumours, but apparently had a giant stand. Oh, sorry, my voice went weird for a second there. Let me continue talking normal for a second to give this moment gravitas. The second one, I believe, was... This is only a rumor, an urban legend, the stand, but it's apparently called Blue Oyster Cult, that massive stand. It belongs to a member of an organization called the Better Angels.
Better Angels. We've heard of these guys, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Didn't we run into them back in Germany?
Yeah, well, Russia, but it was the guy with the Widow's Peak with the spinny thing.
Oh, right.
Apparently, we know that he and another guy foretold Polpov going down, so they have something.
Yeah, now I'm remembering.
Out of
It
character,
feels like it's been a few weeks.
Did the angler tell us about the better angels, or was that Neil?
That was Pol Pop.
That was Pulp Up. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Neither of them.
I think. Well, no. Neil told us because that was the information he got from Backpack Girl.
Well, yeah, but you already knew the name Better Angel. Pol Pop told you originally.
Yeah. I think, unless we want to do some trial and error, maybe our best bet is to enter the graveyard. I mean, it's kind of home turf for me, so I'm not too worried if a fight goes down.
We could try to move laterally, like through the graveyard, and because like off to the sides, it seems to be the space is reflected or at least repeating. So if we move like north in this sense and go through the graveyard, we might be able to find a way out.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe.
It's worth a try.
Okay, we're just going to we can do that. Let me just go into the whiteboard for a second so I illustrate like what you're seeing here, basically.
Sure. Let me switch real quick. I'm going to switch the cameras on OBS so they can see the whiteboard again.
Slide 2, I'll put it there. So this is the graveyard, right? This is like gates here. You're all outside here. And then... that's not... I don't want to put text in, I want to just select what I had here. But basically, it's just that whole graveyard again and again from what you can see from your overhead view. That's like in a grid like this. Just you guys, the graveyard, the street, again and again. Like so. So you can see the whole graveyard basically. It seems to be part of this this looping space.
My theory is if we're locked in some sort of looping space, like you mentioned, Bats, then chances are the user has to be somewhere within the space too. And if we beat up the user, then we should be all good. So
I agree with that assessment. And I'm going to give the cannon a little spin as I walk into the graveyard fully prepared to blast this guy.
How about I let you two guys get off? You search on foot, and I'll try to I guess Bats could actually scout from the air. Chelsea could scout on foot, and I could speed around to do quick searches.
Sure.
Just keep an eye on the angler. Got it?
Works for me.
Don't worry, he's not leaving my side.
All right.
Hear that, little buddy?
Oh, my voice went weird again.
I love this
I'm
guy.
going to disperse myself into a series of balls and kind of do a quick overview of the graveyard itself to see if there's anything suspicious.
So, apart from the graves, some of which have already been pilfered by your good friend.
Who could have done this?
Yeah, some scumbag has robbed it. There's the massive tree that all the crows are gathered on. It's like spooky architecture, like I said, Gothic gates. There's like a Grim Reaper statue, because why not, somewhere. But you're not seeing anything like out of the ordinary inside the graveyard itself, necessarily. You're nothing catching your attention, at least.
Okay, I'm going to go back to Chelsea then.
Okay, Chelsea, you were scouting from the ground, I believe?
Yeah, I'm
Is there
just
a
walking.
cathedral in this graveyard?
There isn't now.
I'm walking through row by row, looking for anything, but specifically if I see a mausoleum, I'll probably enter it, because that's where I imagine a user would be hiding.
Okay, there is a mausoleum. The door is sealed, but I imagine that's no problem for you.
Yeah, just fucking hit it
Yeah,
really
I
hard.
feel like Chelsea would have a huge advantage in a mausoleum.
A conceptual advantage against graves.
Yeah, I fucking materialize the stand shovel and I just whack at it until it opens up.
So yeah, you managed to get in. There's a coffin in here. It's very dark, of course. You can't see any people in here or users or anything.
It's times like these when I use a special speedwagon gadget. And I reach in my pocket and I pull out a mini flashlight and I click it on.
You click it on.
Yeah.
You click it on, and immediately you see there is what can only be described as a monster in front of you. Allow me to describe this entity.
Please, by all means.
So basically, the thing that you are looking at in front of you is a headless corpse on all fours, basically. It's headless, but inside the bleeding stub, deep in that recess, there's two glowing white eyes. And its limbs are sort of stretched and twisted out so it's running on all fours in a way that almost sort of reminds you of a rotisserie chicken in a grotesque way.
Oh, jeez.
And it looks at you for a second with its glowing white eyes and its neck. So below the two of you, if Bats was there as well, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
Yes.
the bat's coming behind me.
And it leaps at you like a fucking rabid dog.
Okay. Immediately, because I assume I still have the shovel in my hand, I go,
Hey,
ah!
I'm gonna clean up the notes channel real quick if that's fine.
Yeah,
There's like a lot of clutter in here.
I'm like, ah, kill it! And I take my shovel and I try to slam it into this thing.
Okay, so that's going to be a turn order there then. Let's say Chelsea. Well, the monster is jumping for you, so monster go first, then Chelsea will go.
Sure.
Then Bat, well, then monster will go, then Bats will go. And then if driver, if you want to show up like at some point during this, you will then be added on as well.
Yeah, I'll show up when I hear something going down, so probably
Right,
like
okay.
after their first turn, and then I can show up at like, as the third, or in the third slot for our team, I mean.
You do probably hear me shout, ah, kill it!
So it's lunging at you, Chelsea, with it seems like razor sharp, I wouldn't say claw, like extended fingernails, and just sort of clawing towards your throat here, going for your jugular.
I retain my action. I'm not trying to counterattack, but I'm trying to bat it away from me, so maybe like a parry with the shovel.
Absolutely, parry with the shovel there, and that'll be against its neutralize here, which is its reason.
Parry it, then get a visceral attack in.
So that is 3, 4, 5, 5 for me.
That's a 76 from this party.
Yeah, I get owned.
Yeah, so you manage to bat it away. It flies off into the wall of the mausoleum, which it sort of flails for a second before picking itself off the wall and sort of skittering along the floor again, like a spider almost.
I look back at Bats and I go, hey, look, I played baseball.
There you go. And does it go to my? Oh no, it's turn. Okay, never mind.
It's now Chelsea's turn. That was the monster's turn.
So, Are there any coffins around me right now?
There is the one coffin in this mausoleum in the middle, basically. Wasn't it like a vampire setup?
I got you. I go, you made a mistake challenging me on home turf, buddy. And then out of the coffin bursts a bunch of bone spears as they go flying towards this guy.
Right, okay. I would say that's probably an overkill.
Yeah, for sure.
This thing is just going to try and
power.
maneuver here, so it's going to use its body and speed. And avoids the spears.
Ah, shit. Only one for me.
Okay, let's see how it does. So with surprising speed from this grotesque sort of abomination, it sort of weaves through the spears as it's charging towards you, and you can hear like it just sort of snarling and slobbering inside its neck hole.
As that misses, I tap my pager to alert driver, like, help.
Yeah, I've already heard it. I'm coming.
Cool.
Presumably he heard the like massive bone spears hitting a wall.
That too. Alright, and with that, it goes to Monster's turn.
Okay, so yeah, and a driver, you will arrive after Bat's turn here. And then
Yeah.
So the monster sort of leaps up, clings to the ceiling before kicking off again, launching itself towards Chelsea. Just going straight for like your midsection here. So it's like striking power and precision here.
All right, it tries to strike at my midsection.
Yeah.
I am going to, I guess, try and like Dark Souls combat roll away.
So just dodge, yeah.
Yeah.
Try to get it in your iframes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So 7.
I'm sorry. Bat drops the ball and it says that.
All right. So for me, that's 2 hits,
Good.
2 successes. Hey. Yeah, I do that.
Okay, so yeah, you managed to again dodge it as it hits the wall. If it had a head, it probably would have smashed its head against the wall. The speed it's moving, so its neck hole sort of plants against it, painting it red as it squirms about, sort of like dragging its neck hole along the brick wall.
You're up to the plate, Bats.
All right. Now, this is a mechanic of the stand that I don't think we've discussed before, but I'd like to establish that the Clash cannot turn stands into balls. Does
Okay.
that make sense? Because like every time I've used it, it's been on something physical.
Yeah, they'll be OP.
Yeah, all right. And I'm
Just
going to
just turn the world into a ball.
You can still hit it with your balls for damage, though, right?
Oh yeah,
Alex,
damage.
I'll give
Yeah,
you a
I mean, like I just can't turn a stand into a ball. That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So I'm going to see if this is a stand by trying to turn it into balls. I just want to gain information about what this is. So I'm going to fire a bullet into this thing.
So if it can't turn a thing into balls, does that do damage then? Or
Yeah, I think so.
You tell me about it.
Yeah, the bullets. Like if they hit something, these specific like clash bullets that's how the ball mechanic works. Like they
but if it can't turn it into a ball,
it'll still do damage, is what he's asking. When you
I'd say it do damage, but it's a single bullet. It's not. It's like a very minimal amount of damage.
Like a nerf bullet.
Right. Yeah. It's basically like it's gonna like pinch him a little.
Okay, so it's going to try and do a dodge on its end this time. Then
okay,
it'll be strike from you at this distance, I would say. So power and precision for you.
Gotcha. You don't miss.
Yeah, you don't miss. You hit it in the neck hole. It does not become balls, but it still sort of like wheels around as it feels the attack hit it, sort of whining like a dog for a second before pulling itself over to the corner of the room and fading away, like in a weird way. It was like paint flaking away to nothingness until it vanishes completely.
I turn to the party and I go, well, at least we know it's not a wound.
Yeah, for real. Wait, how do we know it's not a wound?
Well, I'm assuming if Polpov was a wound, I was able to turn parts of him into balls before, like his heart. So the stand might work on a wound, depending on whether or not Company of Wolves was a wound.
That's a dangerous assumption to make, because it seemed like his ability was integrated with his body. So if it only applies to physical things, that might have just been an exception.
That's why I said that maybe. We don't know.
Well, what I do know is there's a freaky fucking monster around here, and presumably we have to get rid of it if we ever want to go home.
You ping Driver?
I imagine Driver around this time, I imagine.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey,
I do the Akira bike slide as I come in.
Nice. Hey, Driver, you missed a freaky headless monster trying to kill us, and then it went into a wall.
And I assume it's not dead.
Nope.
To be honest, we've seen scarier shit today.
Also, what kind of mausoleum, by the way, only has one coffin? Fucking rich asshole.
There's only one coffin in here?
That's what I'm saying!
The haunted allegations.
Mausoleums...
We should desecrate this place, and I point at it.
Mausoleums are typically like family tombs, so they usually have like a bunch of coffins, so the fact that there's one means this was just one big asshole that took up a lot of cemetery space for no reason.
Pop it open.
Well, let's see, the thing is, the body's going to be fucked because I turned all its bones into spears, but I guess, sure, maybe something will remain in there, and I pop it open.
There's detritus of everything that was not bones.
Yep, no idea.
I'm gonna take like Proto Men inside and leave like a bunch of skid marks on the floor with the wheels.
Why?
Because fuck this guy.
Oh, I thought you meant like to cover your tracks, like someone would come like, oh my god.
No.
The skeleton got onto a motorbike.
I'm just leaving like a bunch of motorcycle tracks on the floor to make this place look like shit.
I think Chelsea is very conflicted about that, because while she agrees with Dante that this guy's a greedy asshole for this, she also, her family owned a cemetery, so there's mixed feelings happening.
So, when I was up in the air scouting, did I happen to see a groundskeeper's shack or something of that sort?
You did, though, yes.
Okay.
There's a little groundskeeper's shack in the corner of each graveyard here.
Okay. I'm going to suggest to the group that we move towards there and see if, anybody's in this graveyard.
Well, that's probably the next best
I'll drive
guess.
over there.
So, by the way, it's been quite a long road trip here. So it was early morning when we started the session back in Lee. It's coming towards night time now.
Yeah, I imagine we're probably getting hungry.
Well, don't worry. We have a whole graveyard full of food.
No, we don't. I do still have my half a granola bar, though, if either of you want it.
I am willing. And I pull out my blunt that I didn't finish earlier. I am willing to eat this.
I don't know how much nutritional value that will have. Here,
It doesn't matter as long as I have something in here.
I shove the half a granola bar in his face. Like, just eat
Thank
this.
you. I will take this.
The human body could survive for weeks without food. I think we'll be fine.
I don't want to survive weeks without food.
But if we get hungry, we might not be able to utilize our stands to their full strength, and then we'll be easy prey for our opponents. We have to stay strong. Find this guy fast.
They're probably trying to get us through battle of attrition, yeah.
I think the groundskeeper shack is a good idea. We should all go as a group, though.
My hungry ass could never retrieve the angler. They should always...
Let's
hey,
go
it's jelly donuts.
let's go to the shack.
Yeah, I drive over there.
The name of this...
Yeah. Sorry, I was going to say, it's not like a distance you need to drive, but you can you get there anyway. So yeah, it's just a small shack. It's not some place where it actually lives. It's mostly for storage purposes, it seems, here. There's some old food, like a can of beans here. Nothing to cook it with, unfortunately, and just sort of like supplies for graves keeping.
There's beans?
But there's no graves keeping. There's a can of beans, yeah.
I hesitate to suggest this, but if we were to get desperate enough, we could go scorched earth on this graveyard.
I would like to strongly go against that.
I know. I also do not want to do it. But if it comes down to life or death, I don't think the dead would mind.
I'll be straightforward with you guys. My family owned a cemetery, and I know it's not exactly a thriving business and usually doesn't have an insurance policy, so if this graveyard actually belongs to someone, we'd be screwing them over. I
understand that, and I agree with you. The problem is, our lives are in danger right now. I'm just saying, if it comes down to it, we may need to consider it.
Well, let's save that for when we get a little more desperate. But there's still plenty of places we could search in here.
I've heard rumors of stands that take the form of locations themselves. Communications towers, pizza places, Chinese restaurants. It's possible that this graveyard is the stand itself.
If that's the case, then what was that monster and why didn't it turn into balls?
Well, that could be an offset of the stand's power, you know?
But users only have one stand. That's impossible.
Well, stands can manifest powers in a bunch of different ways. It's possible that this graveyard, as part of its power, manifested a guardian to distract us from what the graveyard actually does.
Right, and it looked like that thing was a corpse itself.
Not to mention that sub-stands do exist.
How big is this entire graveyard, Tan?
It's not very big, to be honest.
Can you give me a range?
I'm shit with distances, so can you give me a point of comparison?
Let me look up how big a
normal
graveyard is.
Right?
Yeah,
it's just like a cemetery.
Yeah, it's normal, like it's Simpson Cemetery.
Okay.
A normal cemetery.
This is where they bury dead Bart.
That's how big a burial plot is. That's how big a grave plot is. I can't find anything for generic cemetery size.
I imagine that would be difficult to find on Google, yes.
Yeah.
Well, you've been in a cemetery.
Alright, well, my stand's range is only 15 meters, so I don't know how much that will cover. But I'd like to go to the center of the graveyard.
Yeah.
And I want to kind of pull a Kakyo in here. So what I do is I start pulling all the graves in my range so I get as much of a radius as possible. And I take out all like the skin and the hair that's left, if there is any. It might, because typically corpses are embalmed. And I want to make like this giant like fleshy web just underneath the Earth's surface that can like, and I'm like concentrating trying to detect vibrations.
Oh yeah, like what Jolene does in part 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay, so you're back to the tree. You've managed the tree that's over the graveyard. You've managed to like make this web around the entire complex. So any movement there will sort of be alerted to you.
In theory, yeah.
At this point, you're not feeling anything apart from the slight movements from your companions.
Damn it. I'll return everybody's skin and hair then. Alright, well, it was worth a try, but I don't know, guys.
It is like getting pitch black by this point as well. It's getting difficult to see anyway.
Maybe we should just try and rest. Maybe we could sleep in shifts. Get our strength back. Try again in the morning.
The more time we spend here, the more time me and the angler are going to have to spend in the high power. My bad.
Shit, you're right. Fuck. Oh, God. Alright, we just gotta think. That monster showed up in the mausoleum, and then it ran after we heard it. But why would it have been in the mausoleum? Maybe there's some way we can track it or predict where it's going to show up. We just have to
Are there any more buildings here? Is it just the mausoleum and that shack?
Basically, yes.
Okay. So
What about big statues?
Those statues, like with the graves, though. Yeah,
there's a canonical statue of Robert E. Lee in here.
Right. Is there any like central statue or something that could, I don't know, maybe something that like would give us a history of this location?
Nothing of that nature. There's like big, like I said, Gothic architecture. Like you got a Grim Reaper guy here.
Well, if there's like statues, maybe we could check for secret entrances. Maybe we can like push a plaque and it will unveil stairs.
Spend
Is
an
it
hour.
Resident Evil graveyard?
I don't know. I mean, fuck. Do you have any ideas?
You know what? It's not implausible. I'm gonna go and try and do that.
Me too. Let's search this place for secret areas.
It's extremely difficult in the dark, but you do search the backs of lots of graves, and
I can use like Proto Man. I can use Proto Man to create light.
I've also still got my mini flashlight tan.
Okay, never mind. But at any rate, you do not find any slots to deposit medallions in or anything of that nature.
Damn it! I was hoping to play Resident Evil today.
I start examining.
It's not out yet. Don't worry about it.
I start reading the graves as well. Are these all like actual graves with different names, or is there like fuck shit on the graves?
Just normal graves, as far as I can see. This seems like a normal graveyard.
Any names that stand out?
None to you.
I have an idea that might trigger some Jojo shit. I'm going to walk over to one of the graves that Chelsea has ravaged, and I'm going to place myself into the coffin and put the sliding cover of it over top and see if anything.
Are we trying to like?
It's not a Dark Soul. Yeah, I was about to say.
Elden Ring or way out.
Yeah, he wakes up in the fucking blood pools or whatever.
I'm trying anything.
It's like when FromSoft doesn't know how to connect two locations, so it just
you wake up. You wake up. Astel, the natural born of the void, is here.
Oh God, the worst fight in the game.
Get the fuck out of there, Slugger! What are you doing?
I'm just trying. I don't know. You know how stands are.
So you successfully put yourself in a coffin. Nothing happens.
Damn it.
What if we lower him into the ground and bury him properly?
You're free to try.
What if I turn my lungs into balls again and turn my heartbeat into a ball again? I'd be medically considered dead.
You should not do that.
Driver's just smiling as Bat suggests these things because it's funny.
Guys, I know there's a time-sensitive thing, but we've only been here a day. Let's not go to nearly killing ourselves. Look, we just have to think. There's got to be a reason we're being trapped here. There's got to be someone behind it, and there's got to be a logic to the ability. Every stand has a weakness. We just have to think.
I got an idea.
Okay.
That monster's only shown up in the mausoleum, right?
What if we go over to the next graveyard, the repeat one, and go in the mausoleum there, and we fight the monster again? Logically, that is how it should work, right?
That's true if he's the only thing not looping. But then he could be in any of the... It's worth a shot.
I'm the fastest. Let me try and check this over. I'll be back in a second.
Well, hold on. We have the sidecar. We should all go together. If you run into that thing, you don't want to be alone. Trust me.
Fair enough.
And when we move from one graveyard to the next, what happen? Like, do our versions of ourselves like move with it?
To the next one.
Okay. Is all the stuff we interfered with still in the next grave over?
The interference still seems to be carried out in the other graveyards as well.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So I drive over to the next mausoleum over.
Yeah, so it seems like it's already been broken into by the other U's who were here.
Anything inside?
Everything is as you saw it in the last graveyard.
Alright, Tan, is there something we can spend from you to get some sort of hint on our situation?
I have no idea what you're planning, Tan.
Well,
because I think we've done a pretty good job investigating, but I think we're at our wit's end here.
I genuinely think we should destroy the mausoleum. It's the only thing. It's the only clue we have toward the monster.
That.
I just want to point something out. Like
before we get a hint, I think we should try that. And then I really do think we should try raising the dead.
I just want to say one thing. So, yeah, as I mentioned, it's now like deep into nighttime at this point. You're feeling tired, but even though you're feeling tired, you're not like dozing off or anything like that, or feeling any sort of urge to sleep.
Oh, it's draining our stamina.
Can we sleep if we so choose?
You can try.
I try to sleep.
Tan, it's draining our stamina.
You find yourself completely unable to fall asleep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and destroy that mausoleum.
Good idea.
I'm gonna project a fucking explosive in there and detonate it.
An explosive? Okay, well, we're gonna roll for something here then. Overkill. I'd say overkill. Menacing and power. And it's a sliding scale, so...
Can I go with, like, precision to replicate the, like, explosion in detail?
Okay, I'd say precision and power then for a strike.
Okay.
And sliding scale, so you're going to blow this up no matter what, but, like, the after effects of it is what will be determined.
That's only, Oh, that's an overpose.
Yeah. Well, tell me how it explodes, and I'll tell you like the after effect that's relevant. You tell me about the explosion itself.
It's like a fucking... The explosion, rips the mausoleum apart, reducing it to basically nothing.
Yeah, so as the scraps of brick and corpse fly in every which direction, one of them, like, a scrap of brick flies past you guys, and you hear it strike something, and then a strange, like, almost like kettle hissing out, smoke hissing out of something from behind you.
I look behind us.
The massive tree in the center of the graveyard, it seems one of the shrapnel shards struck it, and there's like red smoke pouring from the gap here, and the branches of the tree begin to flex and move on their own, basically.
We got it. It's hiding as things in the graveyard. Since we destroyed the mausoleum and that brick went over to the tree, it transferred to the tree.
How about we just fucking destroy everything then?
That makes way more sense. I thought he was implying the tree was the user.
No, I got it.
Okay.
I flick my lighter and I try to set the tree on fire.
Okay, as you flick on the lighter and begin moving towards the tree, you hear a growl from behind your group as well.
Whirl around.
I turn behind to
Bats cover my six.
Yep.
Bats, as you go to cover the six, you see the headless corpse behind your group and the tree in front of your group.
So the tree is the user! I'm not a fool.
And through the magic of me being tired of calling things question marks and monsters, you know what these things are called.
Alright, so Bats, you and I should take on the headless thing while he goes and lights the tree on fire.
Right, and I'm assuming once the tree is lit on fire, it might transfer to another object, and Jack could keep attacking whatever it transfers to.
So it's 3v2 here, so...
Assuming the stand does work that way.
So Drive's going to go
I'm
first.
pretty confident it does, based on Tan's description.
Right.
Go ahead, Dan.
the order of how things will go. The monster's going first, so I'm just naming them here because I don't want to call them question marks anymore.
Is this like that one stand from part 6 that worked even when he was dead?
Well,
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, Limp Viscit, you mean?
Flat Pancake.
Flaccid Pancake is the
Flaccid
funniest
Pancake,
stand name
yeah.
ever, and they should have kept it.
So yeah. So as the two are sort of like prowling around you, you hear someone clear their throats. Man, I didn't think you'd figure it out. I was in for a long haul. And,
do we see where it's coming from?
You do see someone walks into the graveyard from the front gates, it seems. Like they appear like out of thin on the street outside where sort of the crossover period is, and sort of walk into the graveyard as casually as can be.
You gave yourself away with the monster. It just took me long enough to get desperate enough to try and desecrate a grave like that.
Well, I think you got lucky more than anything. That wound, the wound that looks like a tree belongs to my partner. The one that looks like a corpse is my wound. The hills have eyes.
I see.
I knew the tree was something!
So that means we just have to go after you and your tree friend here.
I like things to be fair, you know? When you're playing dominoes, you want all the numbers to match up, right? Fighting without being fair is like playing dominoes with your eyes gouged out. It just isn't right, you know?
Is damage
right.
Is damage to wounds... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So I'll say this. My wound, the Hills of Eyes, has the ability to prevent people from falling unconscious. We hope to get you exhausted and just take the angler off you once you couldn't move. That tree, the Great Escape, has the ability to endlessly loop space. So that's the one you're going to want to go after. Like I said, it's fair, right?
I have to admit, that's a pretty impressive plan you got there.
Damage done to wounds is reflected on users, right?
Vulture, go after the corpse guy.
On it.
We need you on him no matter what. Bats, you cover me while I try and deal with a tree.
Gotcha.
Tan, does damage to wounds reflect on users?
Well, you don't know.
Does he look damaged at all? Because I know that thing like got hit and also bashed.
It looks like he's got a bloody lip.
Okay.
Like a bit of a puffed up lip.
I got you. Yeah, I'll go after the corpse guy.
I mean, I imagine that's your thing.
Oh yeah. If this battle gets intense enough, I might do my adaptation here, since it's like the perfect
I'm having
environment.
bats cover me because I'm at a bit of a disadvantage right now.
Right. I'm going to overlay both of my cannons and kind of keep one positioned on the tree and one positioned on this guy, just to get a full range of what's going on.
We could always do the jackpot again.
Oh yeah, we can. That's our signature move, man.
Right, okay, so the Hills Have Eyes, the headless corpse thing is going to open. So you're going towards the user, right, Chelsea?
I'm going towards the corpse body, because the user is closer to the tree, but he's like at the gate, right?
Yeah.
So I'm dealing with the corpse so they can deal with the tree. So I'm dealing with Hills Have Eyes.
Okay, so the Hills Have Eyes runs at you as you're coming towards it. It's sort of leaping from grave to grave in some sort of bizarre, disrespectful parkour. And it's once again leaping at you, just again aimed for it looks like to try and gouge out your eyes here. All its attacks seem very brutal.
So you see, as it's like leaping towards her in the air, the bangs, the shadows covering her eyes, and then she just smirks, and two bony hands from underneath the ground grab her ankles and drag her into the ground.
Okay, that'll be a maneuver from you, I would say.
Cool.
And it's going to try and cripple here with wit and power.
Too bad my speed and body, for how cool that visual are, were not very good. Fuck. Whatever.
Well, it also isn't very good at what it's trying to do, so...
Alright, I got 3 somehow. Hey!
It only got 2, you win.
Hell yeah.
Yes, because it leaps and you get pulled down as it flies off above you, where it sort of lands, its nails kicking up sparks along the ground as it comes to an Akira slide halt.
Nice.
And we go
That's
to drive.
my move. I point at it as I yelled out.
And as you point to it, we go to you.
Now that the trees started moving, what I want to do is, I want to try and ooh, have we seen any fires recently? I'm asking them.
Well, you've got a joint, so presumably you have a means to light it.
Yeah, you said you had a lighter.
Yeah, I do have the lighter. I don't know if that's going to be enough to light the tree up fast enough, though. Yeah, I'll try.
We did see the oil rig explode, right?
That's right.
You did, yes.
I want to try and project that explosion onto the tree, Tanhoney. Same roll as before.
Which one was that?
It was the precision and power.
Okay, precision and power here, so striking.
Yeah.
Can you control the area of the explosion, or is there an oil rig-sized explosion just in the vicinity?
To destroy the graveyard.
I imagine I can shrink it down.
Right, MS Paint scale.
Yeah, I just want to get the explosion on the tree.
So it's also going to roll strike. It's going to lunge at you with these sharpened blade branches and just try and skewer you, basically.
Is that a counterattack?
Yeah, so it's going to take the hit here.
But it might deal one back.
That's three hits on it to try and get it on fire.
Nice.
Again, too.
Nice. So that means you get your hit on him, but he doesn't hit you.
Yeah.
So in the second, right before it was going to skewer you with these branches, the explosion bursts off along the body of the tree. It flails through the air. The branches miss you in the resulting spasm, and it's branches stretching out still and just sort of flailing at the air, grasping skeletal fingers. As we go to its turn.
Did the oil explosion catch it on fire?
It's on fire, yes.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Over to corpse guy now.
Well, we go over to its turn. It's Great Escape. So what it's going to do? There's flailing branches.
Oh, the tree is Great Escape. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and its branches, as the spasming said, lunge down into the ground, into the dirt beneath you all, and you can feel a rumbling through the ground as the driver. It's again going to try and skew you, but from below this time, coming through the ground.
I want to try and evade out of the way, and as I do, I'm going to start creating replicas of myself to try and so that future attacks will have harder time trying to hit me.
Okay, so he's going to roll an intercept here. I would say, are you dodging then?
Yeah, I'm dodging, but I'm just saying it now so that
and because
I can potentially have that luck thing later.
I'm going to give you an advantage for that, by the way, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I fucking love the Will of One. That's such a fun ability.
So, you didn't really need the advantage, but there you go.
What's that? Speed and body?
Let me just check, I believe that's the case. Body and wit, it would be.
Oh, body and wit, okay. Same roll.
Yeah, needless to say, you did it.
I like I like Poochie disappear into the illusions.
Yeah, as these spikes emerge from the ground where you were a second ago.
And now there's a ton of Dante surrounding the tree, making menacing poses.
And as we do that, it goes over to you, Bats.
All right, what's the combat situation here? There's multiple Proto Men recordings.
Yeah, so there seems to be the two sort of currently engaged commands are Chelsea and the Hills of Eyes, the Corpse Thing, and Driver and the Tree, the Great Escape. There's lots of Proto-Men illusions around the Great Escape, sort of distracting it.
Okay.
So you are sort of free to do as you will here.
Can I see the user that we saw?
Yes, he's at the gate.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to turn him into balls.
Right. Okay. Roll for snipe, and as you do this, the Hills of Eyes is going to try and disengage from Chelsea and get down, Mr. President, with its user.
Okay. How far is the gate from where we were fighting? Because can it cross that distance?
It can, yeah.
Because you can move 20 to 25 meters in a turn.
Yes. So
Okay.
this is not very far away from everything at all.
Gotcha.
So it's going to go to intercept with durability precision, and you can, I would say, snipe there with blocking precision.
Gotcha. That's a hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So the hill device has not managed to get down Mr. President. The bullets sail past it, strike its user, turn him into balls, and it seems by reflection the wound also becomes balls, and it bobs down to the floor retired.
Fucking got him! I want to high five bats.
So now it's just everyone versus Great Escape.
So does that mean it goes to Great Escape's turn and then mine?
Yes.
Cool.
Let me just get that in the new turn order. I don't imagine the turn order is going to last to the end of it, if we're honest, but... Let's get that down.
This turned from a what the fuck is happening to this fight is awesome real fast.
Right, okay, so it's now Great Escape's turn. It seems noticing that its comrade has been felled. It's taking this very seriously now. And it sort of withdraws its branches, curls them around itself as it twists the trunk in the air. And then it's going to spin to win, essentially. It's laying out all its branches and just spinning wildly in what would be, I believe, overkill here. Again, primarily against Driver and his copies here.
Ooh, that's actually a good way to get around the will of one, to just attack everything.
Yeah. So it's going to go and roll menacing and power.
I feel like I should get a rule of cool for this, but I'm going to try and like with my proto-men claws, try and like slice the branches off as they come towards me. And basically trimming all of my proto-men are trimming the branches off as they like sweep towards them.
Okay, I'll give that's aura. So that's power and speed, and I'll give you that. In fact, real cool advantage. Nice. It's your birthday.
Aww.
I feel like that's fucking cool on its own, though.
Well, Happy birthday advantage.
That's
fuck yeah! This is fun. Wait,
2, 3,
6.
4, 5, 6.
Oh my god!
I don't even know why I'm rolling, but I guess I have to. There we go.
I shaved this tree bald.
So that's a +6 hit, by the way. So the table describes as macabre. Its example is Cars plunges through Joseph's chest and extracts his right lung.
So
yeah, I think I trim all of the branches off of this tree.
Well,
a little pop-up comes up, and the guy from Halo goes, "Deforestation."
Hold on. Give me a second.
This is such a radical difference from when Popov was winning every roll.
Yeah.
So, Jack, Driver, I'm going to need you to tell me how you defeat this tree.
Go for it.
My theme song basically starts playing, and it's actually, you know what? Forget what I said about the claws. As the branches sweep down at me, and I'm doing like, you know, that Jojo pose with like my hand to my face. I project a recording of like a buzzsaw. All of the proto-men around the tree have buzzsaws. And as the branches sweep down, they are like flawlessly cut off. And then, after this tree has been shaven bald, all of my proto-men from every direction just like leap towards the tree, like sliding by, slicing it with the chainsaws until it has basically been cut up into logs.
The second you do that, you hear a hyper, and you see, in a wave of restoration, the entire world that is not this graveyard restored around you all. A landscape that is not endless graveyard. You can see mountains appear again, clouds that are not the same ones repeating again. As you are victorious over these two wounds.
I like do the, you know, like sword swipe after finishing a fight with the buzzsaw and it disappears.
Very nice.
I'm going to approach the pile of balls and can we retcon the shot to have him like only half affected by this? Like I only turned like maybe his arms and his legs into balls, and there's half of him laying there. I'm going to pick up one of the balls that I know belong to his his wrist, and I'm going to take my bat out and I'm going to just rapidly slam it against the ground, just kind of like hitting it repeatedly.
So, hey, I think this is another guy we can take back to HQ, right?
That's what I'm thinking. Unless he wants to give us the info right now, and I'm going to hit the ball again up against the wall.
Fuck you!
Yeah, so I guess that means he wants to come back home with us.
All right. What are you? Better angels?
Who?
All right. Well, who hired you? Where do you come from?
We're big shots, man. We're the friggin' inflicted. Everyone's gonna know our name. We're gonna fucking kill you.
Okay, this guy's barely coherent. I'm once again suggesting we just bring him back to base.
I like
and let
the way
someone who's like better suited to understanding this travel.
And I turn him into I coalesce his balls into one ball.
His balls.
You get a big squeeze on his balls.
Yeah, and I plop him in the pocket, in my pocket, so he doesn't have to be with the angler.
So, about 30 seconds after the fight ends and all that occurs, Chelsea comes out of the ground with like this badass full like plate bone armor, and she's got like a bone saw with teeth as like the little teeth of a chainsaw spinning around with her power chattering, and she's like, "Alright, I'm ready!"
What the fuck? Whoa,
that is awesome, and I really appreciate the initiative. But it's already dealt with.
Wait, are you serious? But this took me like... God damn it.
If it's any consolation, I'm going to record this, and you can look at it later and see how cool it was.
Okay, but I'm not really photogenic, so just like try and get my good side.
I can spruce it up in post-production.
As you manage to do your things here, then you do realize it's still a pretty long drive back to the HQ, and the longer it goes.
I imagine we better get started on back home then, right, narrator?
Yeah,
absolutely.
We got NPCs to interact with and bonding to be performed.
And I like raise up my hands to give a high five to Vulture and Bats. And
I'll give him a high five.
High five.
I return.
That's right, buddies.
I return all corpse parts to their respective coffins.
The spirits can rest in peace.
The spirits can rest easy knowing they helped us win this fight.
So true.
You look up the sky, you're like, you name every single person who was buried there, like, it's over.
It's like the part 4 opening, but with like all of these random people.
Yeah. Like the end of part 3 was like John Marston, Gregory Phillips. They just keep naming names as more people appear in the sky. Like
that's what happens during the credits of this section.
You head down the road with your new quote-unquote friends in tow, along with the angler who still balls. We must unfortunately fade to black.
What? Why must we fade to black, Tan?
We must.
We were promised longer sessions.
You promised yourself that.
Tan, you can come on.
I don't have any more. I'm sorry. That's it.
No bonding, no NPCs.
I'm sorry. We'll have more. We'll open with that. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna cry.
We're not home yet. I'm assuming we're still gonna have to get home next session.
Tan honey.
And just said we were opening with it, so I imagine we're just gonna get there.
Yeah, no, I mean maybe, I don't know. Who knows?
Alright.
I guess we'll see next week on
I'm afraid the session has ended. Yes.
This was a pretty good ending to end on, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, agreed.
The sky filled with all these dead people we'll never know.
Yeah.
It's like that tree borrowed so much from so many people.
Alright.
The tree was haunting their graveyard. We saved them.
Do you want to?
I gotta say, I really do think it's like we had our own little sun moment there, where the build-up was just horrible and the actual fight itself was piss easy.
Do you want to play us off with an ending, Tan?
Sure. Give me a sec.
I will say, I think
the fight was easier because we kept rolling stupid well.
we have a lot of things to look forward to. We're gonna learn the information as well as where this guy got it. We're gonna at some point hunt down luff balloons. We have this other like opposite of Vasilii enemy that'll come back. We've got options.
I wonder if this means Tan's made like rivals for each of us.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
I mean, I already gave him like the assassin thing from the last session to work on.
I'm thinking that
he could turn that into something
based on information that I've gleaned. So
what
far.
would Billy's counter be? Someone who turns things into cubes?
You keep calling him Billy.
I can't help it. They both have B names.
I'd imagine my counter would be someone like from
he turns things into squares.
Like not necessarily a mirror of the Clash, but like somebody from the mob.
Yeah. Or like the dirty
cop. I thought they were all
going to
be like mirrors of our stands. I thought that was a fun idea.
Maybe I don't know. Is there some weird like math concept for like a circle or a sphere that could be like an invert?
You could be attacked by Klein bottles.
I don't know what that is, but
I will.
It's a bottle that only has one side.
One other thing that's interesting, aside from the wound weapon, I'm surprised it seems every enemy we fought, except for Party Rock and Luff Balloons, have all been wounds.
Arctic
Here it
Monkey's
is.
stand.
It's a bottle with only one
right.
side. It's actually pretty cool. It's like an important math concept too.
Oh yeah, okay, that is pretty cool.
Ew.
Drinking out of it is fucking awful, but I mean it's cool.
They're gonna turn me into that.
How do you drink out of? Ugh.
You're not supposed to drink out of it. It's like more of a math concept than it is like
how do you drink out of this? Why are you selling these things?
Yeah, it's more of a math concept than like an actual thing you'd want to drink out of.
I want to hit someone over the head with it like in a bar fight, but mathematically.
It would be very funny.
They just Gmod glitch out.
Alright, do we have any closing remarks? I will say, if you guys liked the idea with the Never Have I Ever, I would love to find more like party bullshit for us to like expand roleplay on our characters.
We just like open up the Discord party games and start playing them in character.
Alright guys, let's do Gardic on our phones.
I have Discord Nitro, we can play them.
Guess who just got online and is typing right now? Lol.
Look at this, I can do poker night right now.
Well, I stole the idea. No, get out of here. The session just ended. You have to leave.
There's nothing to see, I'm afraid. It literally just came to a close.
But I saw this TikTok that was like, have your parties in downtime do like party games to like expand on the characters. I'm like, that's a good idea. That sounds like fun.
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
I just realized I have a soundboard.
Oh, don't. Please don't. Please stop. Oh, we're recording, please. Oh, Lord. I'm going to end the recording now with that. Thank you, guys.
One of my favorite mechanics so far was Klondike, so I hope there's more stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, even though Klondike went horribly for you.
All right, I'm going to...
I've got one for when Stigma makes a bad one-liner.
All right, please stop. It peaks on the mic. All right, I'm going to end the recording now. We'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Yeah.
Bye.